Okay.
मेरे फॉलो दो
यार कथा करना एक एक बार देना है
A very good evening to all of you. We are gathered here today to witness the inauguration ceremony of the Professional Certificate in Shipping, Logistics and Transportation program. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome all of you. I would like to make this an opportunity to welcome Captain Ajit Paris, the President of the CINEC campus and the Executive Chairman of the Ceylon Group of Companies, Mr. Mevan Paris, Group Director, Business Development of Ceylon Group of Companies, Mr. Chatura Lakindu, Managing Director, Ceylon Group of Companies, Mr. Sham Vijay Tilakar, Director, Ceylon Group of Companies, and all the participants of today's inauguration ceremony. I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of the CINEC Campus Faculty of Management and Social Sciences, and also thank you all for joining with us today amid your busy schedules. To commence today's ceremony, first of all, I would like to take your minds across the CINEC.
There is one place that helped all of us achieve our dreams.
I looked for a place that would prepare me to tackle any professional challenge with confidence.
I wanted to graduate not just as the top of my class, but with the ability to compete in the global arena.
I wanted to grow as a person, to become the best version of myself.
I was guided to a future beyond the graduate.
Welcome
To CINEC.
Welcome to CINEC.
Established in 1990, CINEC Campus is the largest and most diversified non-state higher education institute in Sri Lanka. CINEC is the leader in maritime education and the longest-running maritime education facility. Since 2005, we have expanded our curriculum to include engineering and technology, IT, aviation, management, logistics, health sciences, hospitality, law, tourism, English language, education, HR, marketing, banking and finance, and more. Imparting knowledge, skills, and competence, and gearing graduates to meet industry challenges. CINEC accepts over 20,000 student registrations, and operations a range of more than 200 education training programs, certificate training bachelor's, master's, bachelor's, and degree.
Our aim is to be a youth institute providing employable and disciplined youth in the commercial market.
We always look at improving our standards and quality of delivery, which has been the main key to our success.
Our unprecedented growth can be directly attributed to our ability to consistently fulfill the expectations of the parents who entrust their children's higher education to us, as well as those of the multiple industries that look to us to provide them with accomplished, work-ready graduates. Managed by a board of highly qualified professionals whose astute judgment and absolute commitment and loyalty serve as the backbone of the Institute. It is no wonder that CINEC is widely commended for ensuring that its students achieve professional success, not just locally, but globally as well.
And right now I'm working in the international arena, and CINEC not only helped me to become a graduate, but also helped me to become much more than a graduate.
CINEC is the only institution that offers management level training of the Class 2 and Class 1 seafarers in Sri Lanka, and seafarers, navigation, and marine engineering. Students in the Faculty of Maritime Sciences and the Faculty of Maritime Engineering enjoy state-of-the-art infrastructure and receive best-in-class technical training. The same standard of excellence extends throughout CINEC's other faculties of study, and students reap the benefits of the continuous investment made in providing them with top-of-the-line resources, including world-class laboratory facilities. Our affiliations with universities around the globe allow CINEC undergraduates and postgraduates to sit an entire program of study right here in Sri Lanka. CINEC's renowned part and full-time vocational training courses provide unparalleled hands-on practical training and experience for those interested in entering the technical and industrial job markets. Our students benefit from the knowledge and wisdom of lecturers of the highest caliber, most of whom possess years of industrial experience. The industrial training and internships provided by CINEC are invaluable, enabling students to gain immense practical experience and insight, and often serving as long-term employment opportunities.
At the end of the 4-year degree, we are put out to the industry as fully fledged work-ready graduates who are able to take up any challenges in the industry.
CINEC's sprawling, purpose-built campus in Malabe is one of the best planned, contemporary and sophisticated campuses in the Asia-Pacific region, fully equipped with modern classrooms, advanced laboratories, technical workshops and training facilities. Our on-campus research centers give our final year students the ability to carry out their projects under expert supervision.
We have used CINEC because of the out-of-the-box thinking. We have used them primarily to train our team members in the shortest possible time to gain extensive technical knowledge, and that program has been a roaring success.
In keeping with our philosophy of providing students with holistic care and support, the campus is also equipped with a range of lifestyle, sport and recreational facilities. With branches in Nugegoda, Jaffna and Trincomalee, CINEC is dedicated to reaching out, giving more students the opportunity to be a part of the unique experience we offer. CINEC is responsible for the establishment and management of maritime training institutes in Fiji and the Seychelles, a testament to our global reputation. Operating under the highest globally recognized quality standards, this ensures that we remain on par with our international counterparts. We are proud to have been the recipient of numerous awards that highlight the consistent excellence of our performance. Community service initiatives involve all our students in projects that seek to make a positive impact on people and uplift those in need.
The comprehensive course structure at CINEC helped me gather in-depth knowledge and new skills, enabling me to achieve my career goals.
Today, I'm one of the executive members of the company and the Director Innovations at Orange Electric, and I really do believe CINEC's holistic approach helped me to get here.
As one of the world's top container lines, the performance of our vessels is vitally important, and that requires well-trained seafarers of the highest calibre, which is something Sri Lanka and CINEC delivers.
At CINEC, we take pride in our ability to groom exceptional professionals. But this is not our sole aim. Our unique outlook, principles and philosophy ensure that our graduates go into the world as well-rounded, disciplined, productive individuals with a strong moral code, leadership attributes and a determination to make a positive impact on the world they live in. CINEC, beyond a graduate.
What you just witnessed is the glory of our university. Now, I would like to introduce a very positive and a very energetic personality from the Faculty of Management and Social Sciences. She is the head of the Department, Management and Commercial Studies, and your program coordinator, Mrs. Viraji Vaidyasekara. Madam, over to you.
Thank you, Damsi. Captain Ajit Peiris, Chairman, President, CINEC Campus, and Executive Chairman, Sealine Group of Companies. Mr. Mewan Peiris, Group Director, Business and Development, Sealine Holdings. Mr. Chatura Lakindu, Managing Director, Sealine Holdings. Mr. Shammi Jayatilaka, Director, Sealine Holdings. And my dear participants, as a result of many requests from shipping companies, Faculty of Management and Social Sciences, CINEC Campus designed a program, professional development, professional certificate in shipping, logistics and transportation, which will lead you to your career progression within your field, even it is logistics, transportation and shipping. So I would like to brief program schedule with the subject names, date, time slots and the resource persons. First module, it's International Trade and Basics of Shipping, which will be on tomorrow, 12th June 2021. This is your first module from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So you can see it is a 1.5 hour session. So Professor Lalit Edirisinghe will conduct the lecture, first lecture. He is a Dean, Faculty of Management and Social Sciences, CINEC Campus. He's a senior lecturer. Today, he's going to talk to you. He will give more information about your program, how we are going to evaluate you and all these things. He has PhD in Transportation and Logistics Management, and he has Master of Business Administration, International Trade and Logistics. He has postgraduate diploma in business management, executive diploma in marketing. You can see different fields. So he will talk to you about international trade and shipping tomorrow as your first module from 9 a.m. And the second module, it's customs procedures. It's also it will be also on tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It's another 1.5 hour session. So now you can see there's a 30 minutes break between two lectures. From 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. you have 30 minutes break. So so from 11 a.m. You can join with custom procedures lecture. It will be conducted by Mr. Sudatta Silva. He is the Deputy Director of Customs Legal at Sri Lanka Customs, and he's the customs media spokesman. So we identified he as a best person to talk about customs procedures. He has a Master of Business Administration in Customs and International Trade. So he will talk to you about customs procedures from 11 a.m. tomorrow. And the third module, it is Port Agency Functions and Sri Lanka Port Authority Procedures. Now, this is your third module and it will be on 20th June 2021. It is a Sunday. Actually, now you can see a small difference. Your organization requested from us to have all the lectures on Saturday morning according to your comments, your feedback. Actually, we also tried to do the same, but the resource person who will do port agency functions and SLPA procedures, Mr. Upul Chayatissa, he is Additional Managing Director, Administration and Operations, Sri Lanka Port Authority. It's really difficult to get a time slot from him these days because of his work arrangements. But he gave us 3-hour session. Only the time slot he can give us is 20th June 2021, Sunday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. We identified he's the most suitably qualified person to talk about port agency functions and SLPA procedures. You will realize it. So please, hope you all can understand our situation. So in this second weekend, because you are going to have lectures on Sunday, you don't have any lecture on Saturday. You have lecture only on Sunday in your second weekend, right? So then I hope you all will join with this lecture also, even it is in Sunday. As I explained you earlier, Mr. Upul Chayatissa will be the lecturer of port agency operations and SLPA procedures. He's the Additional Managing Director, Administration and Operations, Sri Lanka Port Authority. He has Master of Science in Port Management. He has Bachelor of Science, Special Degree in Business Administration and Diploma in Marketing. So he will talk to you about port agency operations and Sri Lanka Port Authority procedures. Then our next module, it's Shipping and Air Cargo Operations. It will be on 26 June 2021. 9 a.m. to 12. So that is 3-hour session. It is a 3-hour session. So it will be conducted by Mr. Suminda Hettiarachchi. Mr. Suminda is the head of air freight at DHL Global Forwarding Lanka Private Limited. He has Master of Business Administration, International Trade and Logistics, and Bachelor of Science in Physical Science. He will talk about shipping and air cargo operations on 26 June. And the next module, Introduction to Logistics and Supply Chain Management. It will be on 3rd of July 2021. Again, it's a 1.5-hour session from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on 3rd of July. Your lecturer, Miss Ridmi Hirimbura, she's a lecturer. She's a lecturer in logistics and transportation, and she has Bachelor of Science in International Transportation Management and Logistics from Dalian Maritime University. So she will talk about logistics and supply chain management. Then basics about Merchant Navy. It also will be on 3rd July 2021 from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Again, at that day, 3rd of July, you have 30 minutes break between first two lectures. Captain Prasanna Cedric will talk about Merchant Navy. He is the Associate Dean, Faculty of Maritime Sciences and Head of Department of Marine Simulation. And he's a senior lecturer. He has Master of Science in Transportation Planning and Logistics Management from Dalian Maritime University, China. And he's a COC Class 1 Master Mariner. He will talk about Merchant Navy. And your last module, last subject, it's Imports and Exports Procedure. Now, 3rd of July, you have one afternoon session from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. You can have your lunch break. Then 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. you have imports and exports procedure. It is very important topic to you, so hope you will join with that session also. That is the only afternoon session you have. And Mr. Nishanda Fernando will conduct imports and export procedures. He is a senior supply chain manager, Greater Martale Water Supply Project. He has Master of Business Administration, International Trade and Logistics, and Bachelor of Business Administration. So he will talk about all the import and export procedures on 3rd of July. It is your last day of lectures, right? So before to talk about the evaluation, I would like to talk about the online platforms we use to conduct online sessions to you. There are two platforms, Zoom and Vimeo. Normally all the lectures will be conducted in Zoom platform. Like you join to this inauguration program, you can join with the link. You will get one link for all the lectures. You can join with that link for all the lectures. Cinec has already purchased licensed versions of Zoom, and Cinec has purchased Vimeo also. We have both platforms to conduct our online lessons smoothly. And all the resource persons, they will record all their lectures. After that, they will upload it to Vimeo. So then we'll send you the Vimeo link. By just touching the link, you can just you can watch again your lecture. Right now, here we expect 100% presentation attendance. This is a very short program. You have only 3-hour session per week, so you all can definitely join to the program. But for any unavoidable situation, if you miss lecture, you can just click the Vimeo link and you can go. You can listen. You can listen to the recording of the lecture, but we expect 100% participant for all, 100% participant from you, 100% attendance from you, and but we can consider your attendance after you. If you miss a lecture, you can go through with the Vimeo recording, but we can consider it as the attendance. But before that, we have to check it. We have to check whether you have gone through whole lecture or not. We can check it. So after checking only, we'll consider it as your attendance. But be sure to attend on time for the lectures without trying to without trying to listen the recording. So I think it's very important, because you can connect with the lecturers, you can ask questions in that interactive session. So it is very important you have those opportunities. We have Zoom channels. So then please join with the online lectures. We expect 100% attendance from you. And if I talk about the evaluation, after completing all your lectures, that 3rd of July, you have 1 week's time to ready for your written examination. Then 10th of July, there will be written examination from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's a 2-hour examination. So this is going to be an online examination. So this is an open book examination. So in that examination, we are not going to just check your remembering skill. We need to check your analytical skill. We'll prepare questions like that way. You'll get multiple choice questions, MCQs, and some essay questions. But all the questions we prepare to check your analytical skill. And after that, after 1 week's time, then you have to submit your group assignment. On or before 17 July 2021, you have to submit your group assignment. So 50% marks will be allocated from written examination, but then group assignment, for the group assignment, we'll give 25%. Since it is a group assignment, it's really difficult to identify individual contribution. So because of that, we are going to have Viva Voce on 24th July 2021. So there are 60 participants. You all have to talk on that time, and you all have to answer the questions. During that question and answer session, we can identify whether you have contributed to the assignment or not. Based on that, you will receive the marks. Viva Voce is some kind of presentation. So you have to present what you have done. After that, there will be a panel. They'll ask questions. You have to answer the questions. So the way, so we can measure, we can evaluate how you supported, how you contributed to your group assignment when you are answering to the questions, from the way that you are answering to the questions. Actually, that is all about the program schedule. Hope you got good idea. At the end, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions at the end of this session, you can ask questions. Thank you very much.
Hello, Lalit.
Hello.
I would like to invite Captain Ajit Piris, President, Chairman, Synec Campus, and Executive Chairman, Sea Line Group of Companies to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Yes,
Good evening, everyone. My dear fellow directors of Sea Line, the deans, and all the senior personnel from SINEC campus, and the rest of my staff from Sea Line and SINEC. So it's a very happy occasion for me, since this is the first time a structured and recognized program is being organized using the in-house expertise within the group. As you all know, 31 years ago, we started SINEC merely to train people in the industry on the maritime sector, that are seafarers. And then after some time, we extended it to the shore personnel in the shipping industry through a program we combinedly conducting with CASA, Ceylon Association of Ships Agents, which we also initiated. Then I think over the last so many years, we have trained over 1,100 personnel in the shipping industry, in the shipping agency industry, which we are very proud of for taking that initiative and conducting. And now we are trying to do the same in-house. So I think normally in a business, you start with in-house and go to the industry. But here from the industry, now it has come to in-house. So I am happy that at one stage or the other, the maximum benefit will be derived by our own staff using our in-house expertise. So we boast ourselves, we call ourselves the most diversified shipping group in Sri Lanka. So we also would like to see, we had a tagline called Professionals in Shipping. So that means we were really looking at doing a professional job of work in the shipping industry and giving the necessary services to our shipping partners. So when we do that, if every one of us who are dealing with shipping, if he or she gets the knowledge of shipping in a professional manner and have a qualification, that will really boost our services, the quality of the services, as well as people with knowledge can deliver the service to our stakeholders. That is what I think we have to basically look at, and we would like to achieve those things. In the past, we had I should say, not really structured programs like that, but within the group, we have tried to develop the communication skills in English among our staff by conducting programs to improve the English, we call working English, among all the staff, which after some time had a natural death, which we can always really relook at, reviving that for the benefit of our staff. So from my position and the board of directors and the senior management, we are very happy and we are very keen to make sure our staff are the best staff in the shipping industry and possibly in Sri Lanka, and quite capable with the knowledge. And then, of course, along with the knowledge, we would like also to bring in the proper attitudes and discipline so that undoubtedly Sea Line, when you say Sea Line, you are from Sea Line, they will have a lot of respect and in the industry to say they are one of the best employees in Sri Lanka and in shipping industry. So I will not take much of your time because I think there are so many things to take place with regard to this program. I'm very happy to see 60 odd numbers showing interest and taking part in this program. So it's a very encouraging start, and I'm sure we will be doing continuously like development programs offering to the sea line. And along with that, I think as a SINEC, as an educational institute, will take it towards this sort of programs to the industry. But we would like to give the first preference to our own people here in that sea line. So with those few words, I would like to thank people from both sides, from Sea Line as well as SINEC, the top management people who got involved and initiated this program, for bringing such a valuable proposition to the Sea Line group. And I wish you all the very best in this program and good success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Then I would like to invite Professor Lalit Hedirisinghe, Dean, Faculty of Management and Social Sciences, SINEC Campus, to talk about the program. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Viraji, and thank you for everyone. Good evening, Captain Ajit Piris, Executive Chairman of Sea Line Group, and Mr. Mevan Piris, Group Director, Business Development, Mr. Chatura Lakindu, Managing Director, Mr. Shami Jayatilaka, Director, all participants of the first PSLT program, and participants from SINEC campus. First of all, I must thank Mr. Mevan and Dilum, who has been behind me and until getting this on board. So I make a special comment about it. The long discussions about the program that we had, and negotiating the contents and then the timetables and everything. And finally, we are here. We did a small change. We had to do a small change because of the power failure at my point. So otherwise, my speech was in the agenda was earlier. But anyway, we are delivering finally. So SINEC, what we have to say is SINEC, our tagline says beyond a graduate. So we actually produce work-ready graduates. So in this particular program, the difference is that we are going to teach currently employed students. We call students as long as you are following a program. So we say participants, and the objectives are much different here. And the other challenge is we have to do this program online, completely online, 100% online. So the teaching online, even the theory, it's a difficult thing. So when it comes to technical stuff, it's more challenging. So we knowing that we are making all possible ways to make this program successful, and our program development committee had many discussions how we are going to manage this situation. So first I will explain you how we plan to achieve our goals, because the participants should know the techniques behind what we are trying to do. So first of all, the participants and the resource panel has equal responsibilities, what should I say, on this online training thing. So both have some responsibilities that we will explain, and participants should believe in the process also. So that is why we are trying to explain what we are trying to do during these sessions. And to do all this, so the participants should be well aware of what we actually will do during this program. So for that, I would like to share some theory behind these training programs. As Viraji mentioned, that Hope you all can see Viraji, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Right, okay. So it will be, as Viraji very correctly mentioned, this attendance. It should be 100% attendance. But in case if you have some problem, it is subject to studentship, because you need to get permission from the program coordinator to be absent. And if you do that, and if you ensure that you follow the lessons later, then there is a possibility that we can take your attendance as present. Otherwise, we are sorry to say that those who are not having attendance 100% will not get the certification. So that is the first condition that we have to understand, because this is an online program. Even if you miss the class, there is a way that you can do it. So the first thing is that discipline has to be there to get the permission from the program coordinator and be absent, but ensure that you follow the program, because when you follow the program, there is a message that we are getting that you have opened the messages and then you have followed the program. So, and then once that condition is there, how you move forward is that there will be 50 marks for the final MCQ exam. It's a written exam. It's a multiple choice question exam. And participants have to get minimum 25 out of that 50. And then there will be a group assignment. I will explain why we are giving a group assignment. And out of 25, you'll have to get 15. And then you have an individual presentation. Then that you have to get 10 out of 25. So this why we have this is that why this group assignment, why it is coming, I will explain you later. But in order for you to get the understanding of why we are having this kind of evaluation system, is that this program is one way. It is aimed at the training is on. We are conducting it online, virtual means, and the other thing is it is a technical kind of a training. So what we have actually used is the Bloom's taxonomy to develop this program. So we have to look into all these aspects when we are delivering it. First, you must remember the stuff that we are teaching, and then you should be able to understand it, and then you must apply it. So in that applying position, that the assignment comes into the picture. And during the assignment will be getting into you on analytical base. So you should be able to analyze it, and by presenting it back in your individual vivas. So you will be doing an evaluation of what you have done, and you need to create something out of what you learned. So that is the type of assessment that we are going to have. This is the world famous assessment criteria mechanism. And in addition to that, since it's a kind of a technical side and academic side, both is there, and we are using the Sri Lanka qualification framework KSAM model also. So what we have in the KSAM model is that we will be testing all the participants based on this. The evaluation will be based on this, because what we really believe in SINEC is that the students should be work-ready people. And when we are getting readily working participants also, we have to ensure it's more challenging than people who does not have experience. is more challenging. So what we really want is the knowledge, first of all. So we have identified by talking to your supervisors there, the gaps, the knowledge gaps that you have. And in that, I must also mention that we have the participants' profiles with us. So it's ranging from 1 month to 12 years, 17 years experience, from all-level academic qualification to MSc and MBAs, from trainees to general manager level. So that kind of variation we have. So the knowledge, when we are going to give the knowledge, what we're trying to do is to have a kind of one platform through this program, because in the industry, whatever the experience, whatever the knowledge, whatever the skills you have to work, you have to play in the same industry. So we have identified the gaps of the knowledge that you want, which we will produce as additional in one platform. And then the skills you already have, that is how you have managed to come to these positions, what you are having. So what we can do is we can help you to improve in that. The third one, that is what I said about this attendance, the attitude. So much depends on the organization culture and people and their attitudes. So especially in the corporate training, the experience what we have, because we have conducted similar corporate programs for Brandix, MS, that kind of companies. And what we really see is that first of all, the participants need to understand they are coming for a training. So, and they obviously, after they are coming to CINEC, they become students. So if the attitude is something like that, you just come here to listen and then criticize the lecturer's knowledge or something, and just coming for as an observer, I think this is not the right platform for that kind of people with that kind of attitude. So this is a training program, and we do not say that the lecturers know everything, but we have assigned them a kind of a gap to fill. So they are capable enough to fill that gap. That is why we have appointed them. So, and if you know better than them, basically, you can prove it at the exam, at the assignments, at the viva, but not delivering, not during the session or while you are doing the program, because there are 60 different characters there. So we need to take them into one platform. So one is having 17 years experience and the other one is having just 1 month experience. One is qualified in all levels. One is having MSc and MBA. So during the class, it will be, one lesson for everyone. So the attitude has to be that we are in a class, and that attitude, we want to take you to the industry while you are working. And the last M is, I'm referring to this KSAM model, that is the mindset. So with this, the assignments and the viva, how we are going to take it back, we are actually training you to that. And when coming back to this group assignment, this group assignment, 15 out of 25 or 10 out of 25, we will be actually deciding this after the first session. So that I must tell you. it should be either this way or that way, that we will decide after the first session, that and we will let you know well in advance, right? And then what we are expecting here is, on this group assignment, you will be put into assigned to a group that the program coordinator will decide who will be in which group and all that. So there will be 6 groups, each 10. And that 10 will consist different categories, maybe one from MBA, one from O-level, one from 6-month training, one from 12 years experience, that kind of people. And it is that particular group's responsibility to have a leader for that particular group. Because we have to have this kind of operation when we are teaching online, and we do the same thing with our graduates also when we start them. Earlier we taught only to students. Now we are teaching to students and parents both. Because earlier the students were with us at least 30 hours with us for a week. And we know how to manage them. We know how to get their gaps understand. So we know how to bridge them. But when we are not meeting each other, it's one way delivery sort of a thing. It's a one way. Everything is one way. So we don't want that to happen. And we have discussed with their parents, and we have given certain responsibilities to the parents, because it's their son or a daughter. So they also have responsibility, and they know the current situation, that we cannot interfere. We cannot meet them. So therefore, we cannot wait until this corona is over also. Then they are losing. Now, if we have done that, they have already lost 1 year now, more than 1 year. But we continued, and we conducted all the programs. We had exams online, and we finally had our convocations also. So therefore, we in this whatever the team, the committee, program designing committee decided is that to get the participants involved, and this leader of that particular group has a big responsibility, and we will be having one individual certificate that is for the best student, and one individual certificate for the best leader out of that 6 groups, and we have one certificate for the best group. So I don't know, Captain Ajit Biris will give some big reward for them. I'm not sure, but we will give a certificate, right? So they have a responsibility, and that involvement has to be there, and with the right attitude. So this is what from my side I have to say. And with regard to this, the group leader situation, we have a mechanism to measure his performance. That is, usually what happens is when you have group works, people know very well. There are, when you basically, we put only 5 for a group, but in this situation, we wanted to have, because of the huge variation, we want to have more people in one group. So therefore, obviously, there can be 1 or 2 or maybe 3, free riders. So we can't have that to happen. That is why we need a good leader, and that is why we need to recognize him. How we are going to recognize him is that at the end of his sessions, the group assignment, the group leader will have to give us a confirmation of the contribution by each participant, each group member of his group. So generally, a lot of people, what they do is, when you have 10 people, you will say 10% each. That is getting the good name from everybody. No. But what happens is, in this case, we will have viva from individual students, and we will know, because it's the same assignment that we are going to get the viva from. So we will know who has done, who has not done. So if the group leader has done something like that, distributing among everyone, and only 3-4 people have done the work, then the purpose is lost. This is not what C-Line expected. They want all these 60 members of this cohort is to be knowledgeable, be skillful, be competent, all that. So if some people are getting into that free rider habit, that objective by C-Line is not achieved. And we are not happy, because we want everybody to win, not few people. We are teaching to 60 people here. We need all 60 people to learn. So therefore, this is how we are going to do it. And from the final viva, we will get to know your situation. And with that, I think I have given how it is going to happen. And it will be really interactive. Although we are not meeting physically, this work has to happen. And it is not just coming for a lecture, 3 hours a week or something, and just, whenever you are free, just join and be an observer of the program. No, it is not going to happen. This is, until this is over, you will have work to do, individually as well as group assignments. And then what we need is, by the time you get your certificate, or rather when you earn your certificate, because CINEC will never give certificate, CINEC will never sell certificate. So, being in the same group, you must be happy, you must be proud of that. So for you to achieve that certificate, you need to gain this certificate, achieve this certificate, you have to have your knowledge, skills, and competence with you. So with that, I will wind up, and then wishing you all the very best. We are there to help in everything. And main thing is, we have selected very good resource people, especially from the port and the customs. So it's not only what they are going to teach you, try to get into their network. So this is why we are putting them there. Usually it's very difficult to get them over the phone usually, but you try to get them in that level, ask questions from them. And it is a Monday morning relevance, basically, as our late Professor Udita Liyanage said. MMR, Monday morning relevance, what we need, what we learn has to be Monday morning relevance. So we had classes in the PIM on Saturday, Sunday. So he wants us to have the Monday morning relevance. You must apply it in the Monday morning. So this is what we expect from all the participants, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. This is a question and answer session. So if you have any questions, this is the time. It seems no questions from any participant. So I would like to especially thank Captain Najib Piris, Chairman, President, CINEC Campus, and Executive Chairman, C-Line Group of Companies, Mr. Mewan Piris, Mr. Chatura Lakindu, Mr. Shammi Jayatilaka, Professor Lalit Idrisingha, Captain Prasanna Cedric, who joined with us to this occasion, and all the other lecturers also. Participants, I wish you all the best for your training program, which will start from tomorrow. We expect your active participation from tomorrow for each and every sessions. And this is the end of the inauguration. Thank you very much.